the most decorated WWE superstar in history. Today on Break It Down, we're talking about Edge.
Break it down!
What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are back in the studio, so we are going to do a Break It Down episode talking about Edge and everything he has accomplished in his career. Obviously, we see him on our screens. In recent times, he is back wrestling again, but for how much longer, we don't quite know. But yeah, we're going to talk about his career in depth, and I'm with the usual suspects. To my left, we have
Cameron.
And across from me, we have
GG.
And
You think you know me?
Skillet.
So yeah, guys, we're gonna break it down about Edge. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow my guests as well. All of their information will be down below in the description. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's break it down for Edge.
Break it down!
So firstly, we're going to talk about Edge's aesthetic. This is how he looked, his appearance, his theme music, just the general look of Edge as his went through the years as a superstar. Let's start from Cam. What have you put down for Edge? A 3. Gigi?
May have been generous, but 4.
4. Skillet?
I think I might have been generous too.
4. Okay, why do you guys think you've overdone it?
I thought I was being generous.
I don't know, he's just like, he's the annoying trope with any wrestler is long blonde hair in it. Like, so
They all
you
have
think
it.
of wrestler, you think of long blonde hair, unfortunately, and Edge has that. He's had like loads of different tights and long jackets and the brood gear. But yeah, I don't know, he looks like a wrestler, I don't know.
No, I think he looks cool. That's the reason why I gave him 4. I think he just always looked cool. Even back when he started off with Edge and Christian and Brood, he looked badass. Girls love him. I remember when he first debuted in like 97. I think it was with
Sexton Hardcastle.
No, that's I didn't know about his Canadian days and all them things there. I didn't know about that. I saw when I first saw Edge was in WWE, and when he showed up, I just remember a bunch of girls just screaming, bro. And I was like, you at that time you didn't really hear much women. Like women would have think wrestlers are hot. They don't really scream for them like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless the
Hardy
Von
Boys.
Erichs. The Von Erichs was probably the wrestling people that got girls going crazy.
Unless you're Shawn Michaels.
Sean didn't really get girls going. Like girls loved Sean. It was
He's a
well
sexy
known that
boy,
girls fancied Sean.
Yeah.
But even when he came out, not much girls really was.
Couldn't hear them.
You couldn't really hear them. They probably were screaming for him. Obviously, they screamed for him more when DX was more of a thing. You could hear the women a bit more then. But back then, you couldn't really hear unless it was edited. I don't know. But but I remember a bunch of girls just screaming for Edge, and I was like, oh shit, okay. But I just think he just looks cool. I think his ring gear was always cool, and he adapted it as he's gone on with the rated R Edge, and even how he looks today. Yeah, man.
But I don't feel like his look has generally changed. Like
No, he
he's
hasn't.
grown a beard,
No.
but like from day one, the Brood days till now, it's very much still
Same.
the long jacket, the
Yeah.
long pants, the long tights.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, there's an element of
True,
that, of
true,
course. There's an element
He's
of
had
that.
bare different colorways, like
And different patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What do you think, Cam?
Just think Edge was just standard in not in a bad way in terms of standard, but just like he did the right, like we said, different colorways, different colors in terms of tights, different jackets. When he was Edge and Christian, he had the goofy glasses. He might come out in like an Elvis costume back in the day.
Oh, that's when they were the best.
Yeah.
his look didn't stand out, innit? I
Yeah,
would
it
say,
just-
especially at that time, like it didn't
I hear what
stand
you're saying,
out.
so I
So
agree
maybe
with you.
that's why.
Especially when they
Agree
tried
with
to
Cam.
push him,
Yeah.
like when was it 2002? Like that, like when SmackDown was that famous 5,
Yeah.
Six.
I tried to
SmackDown
Six.
6.
6 on 6. Sorry.
Yeah.
When they tried to push him in that main event kind of role, it didn't.
It didn't really stand out.
Yeah, it didn't.
Didn't
Look,
work for him.
yeah.
He was the youngest of all of them, if I'm correct, and probably the least in ability amongst
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about ability in a second. I mean, you gave him a 3. Now, if there's anything for me to make him a 4,
Yeah.
it's the music.
Yeah,
Top.
yeah. To be fair, keep forgetting about the music.
Tell me about that.
But yeah, he's had some mad themes. Like,
Yeah, actually.
yeah, mad themes.
His themes
Do you
are
know what
sick.
I like? What's the never gonna stop me?
didn't like
Never
that one.
gonna
I didn't. That's what I didn't like. Like
That's
the
hard.
Brood,
I
the
like
Brood
that.
one, which you have to say.
Get out of here, bro. Lex, do me a favour. Spare him off the ladder.
See you later, Gigi.
Goodbye, everybody. The Hall of Fame. But no, I agree with Max. That one I didn't like. But his theme song, you are right, Gigi. In general.
In general, yeah.
What's the Metalhead one?
Metalingus.
Metalingus.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
this
yeah.
day. But listen.
Yeah,
That
rhythm.
tune's so bad. In Crown Jewel, I know you heard it.
They pop- They popped for it.
They were singing.
Bro, they were getting mad.
They popped big for it, yeah. Yeah, by default, obviously he's got the Broods one under his belt, and that's legendary. Metalingus one, legendary. And if only, like I said, for me, if there's anything to take someone that looks more or less bog standard to the fore, it would be the music he's had.
But he's still free. I agree with Cam.
So what are we saying? We got 3, GG's a 4.
I'm thinking of Cam, bro. I think
Free.
Cam's definitely right on this one.
Yeah. He never stood out like we
Yeah,
said.
he didn't.
His theme music is the thing that stood out more time.
This, you know what it is, yeah, with Edge? I think all four of us has grown to really respect Edge and like grown to love him. Like, but we all do know there was always a bit of hype with Edge.
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah.
that good.
I haven't grown to love him.
He
I
was
think he's doing his best work
now.
right now.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but you probably like the Randy Orton 2-hour match, bro. Where he,
No. I
That's
don't
not-
like
that's
that.
not-
I don't
We all
like
like
that.
wrestling, bro.
I hear bare people talking how much. I can't watch that match.
Which was that the WrestleMania match you're talking about?
No, the
Backlash.
greatest match of all time.
Oh, the 45-minute match.
People love that one.
No, it was a good match. It was a good match, but it was long, and yeah,
Like, is it,
I
is
didn't
it,
care.
like, is it just me? Like, Edge is 6'5". He doesn't look. He wrestle like he's 6'5". That makes sense. He doesn't stand out
Yeah, he
like he's
doesn't-
6'5".
He doesn't wrestle like a WWE big man.
Yeah,
Like a test.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Like,
But I
he's-
guess his build was never
That's the thing,
6'5".
Yeah,
you
that's
see
the
what I
thing.
mean?
There was that. When was it? Was it like just as the
Yeah, he does
just
kind
as
of.
the
Yeah.
draft? Was it just as the draft was starting when he like bulked up a bit and came to Raw?
Oh,
Was it
2000
Bischoff
when he
time?
came back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that. Yeah.
Even when he's still bulked up.
Yeah,
Still look like me.
didn't make it look like me.
You wish.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So we'll go for a 3 for Edge's aesthetic.
Break it down.
Right, so next we're going to talk about Edge and his promo ability. Something that I would say I've probably seen more of in the last couple of years of Edge, and not much beforehand, but we'll see if the guys have a different opinion from myself. We'll start with Skillet. What have you got? 4. GG?
3.
3.
It was tough ones. Give him a 3 just.
Why? What's the struggle?
Like you said recently, I was torn to give it a 4, but then does its recent work weigh up enough to make it a 4? That's the thing.
It might be recency bias.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because apart from like his recent stuff, I think maybe back when he was feuding with John Cena, that's probably the last, like, that stands out in my head, like, promo-wise. But other than that,
No, you're forgetting his stuff with Matt Hardy. Yeah, one of his best promos he ever cut was against Matt Hardy with him and Lita. And
When they were living real life on
promo
TV.
was incredible in that segment.
which was in 2005.
Yeah,
John Cena was 2006, so that's even further.
yeah. You didn't mention that though. I'm saying you
No,
mentioned.
but I'm saying
He's saying the
his last
examples
recent
are few and
so
far
long.
between.
Yeah, I'm saying his
so
last
long
recent
since
one
his
was
promos with Edge
John
and
Cena.
Christian when he used to do the stuff that New Day kind of actually took their formula.
What, the
from.
2-minute pose?
2-minute
That's not
pose and
promo.
that.
That's a promo.
That's promotion, not
The whole segment was the promo. It was a promo.
grab your
with Christian.
cameras and grab.
That's a promo.
I guess.
They are promos. They're talking on the mic. They're entertaining the crowd.
Doing this for most of it, bro.
It's promos, bro. That stuff was funny.
Yeah.
That's like we can give New Day the stuff they do. That's basically what the New Day does. Is what Edge and Christian did.
But 3.
That's it.
It's a 3.
I think Edge was a 4 as a pro. I think he's really good on the mic. He can talk. His stuff with the Seth Rollins promos was really good. Stuff against Matt Hardy, stuff against Cena, that program. His rated R stuff, really good. Segments with Lita, really good. I think he's a really solid mic worker. He is.
Best promo I ever seen from him is when he retired in 2000.
No,
What?
look back,
2010, I think, yeah.
I will look back at that promo he did against Matt when he was furious about that whole thing with Matt coming.
He was furious.
Yeah, I know. Even though he was
You what, mate?
I agree with you. But was upset because Matt blew it up on the internet and stuff instead of like coming.
I'm upset that you're upset.
I'm upset that we were brethren and I slept with your gal and you have every right to be upset about it. But at the end of the day, that promo that he did cut was amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. Apart from when he's like returned now since what 2020 or so, this current run, if I'm to judge his current run and promos, I'm giving him a 4.
Yeah.
I can't remember much of anything
Go back.
before that. Yeah, that's fine. But
That's the thing. Like that Cena era, them two were it. That was the
Yeah,
program, and they held that company down for years. Like, and he's one of the hottest heels in the past. However long,
definitely.
like he's up there in terms of heels. But yeah, I can't remember how good his promos were necessarily, but they must have been to draw the heat and to get that that whole angle over. But yeah, I don't know, man. He's not really. Even now, maybe it's just preference, but people are raving about his promos now, and I get it. But it's just that like babyface fire, innit? Like more time.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and I get it. But for me, it's not what I enjoy. He said a few little lines here and there, but
Is he good on the mic though? Because that has to count.
he can handle himself, but
that has to count. That is he good on the mic? That needs to be.
Yeah, he can handle himself on the
He,
mic.
he can, even when doing the back and forths
Yeah,
and
there
stuff,
needs to be a
he
factor
can.
within the
But I will agree with Gigi that the whole babyface thing, looking down the lens, and like, if you do that
Canada.
you do that like back to back weeks, it loses its. You see what I mean? Like,
It's the same old kind of.
yeah.
I just think he's a bit. I don't know.
I'm not gonna die on a hill over Edge, so I'm alright to give it a 3 as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna die
I
on a
think
hill
his
over
preference.
Edge.
I've
He's
never.
not one of my favorites like that. You know what I mean? I'm not passionate about Edge.
I've never been that high on him.
Yeah, never have I.
Yes, me too, brother. Come here.
What you say?
I've never been that high on him.
I was a
What was I
Christian
saying
guy.
before they come here?
I was a Christian guy.
I said that neither of them. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I
not.
was a
neither of them
Christian.
thinking.
Out of
Christian
the
was
three
one of
tag teams,
Christian was one of my
do you know what I
guys.
mean? They were the bottom tag teams out of Dudley's, Hardys.
I said Christian and Edge I like together. Like
Yeah.
anything that either have done separately, I've just it's whatever for me. Like I don't really care.
The Legends though.
Yeah,
yeah,
100%,
definitely.
100%. So for Edge and his promo ability, we're gonna give a 3 overall.
Break it down.
Right. So next we're gonna talk about Edge's ability. This is his in-ring ability. The work he could do, his finishing moves, all of that kind of stuff. Guys, make sure you're playing along with us. Put down below in the comments your scores for his aesthetic, his ability, and his promo as well. We're going to start with Gigi.
3.
3 for his ability, Cam.
This might be one of the harshest episodes I've ever done.
3 and Skillet. 3. Right.
I thought I saw 5 out the rear view then.
Now, I would say he's a decent worker in terms of the comparisons with, his closest mate in Christian. Christian's always been said to be the better worker than him. I'm not sure I'd give Christian a 4, but I would say Christian is a better worker than Edge. But does anyone get anything?
Solid worker, good at what he does, very good at his job. Could put on a good match, could put on a great match sometimes. But we all know he's not the greatest worker in ring wise. He hasn't wowed us with anything. Like I think the biggest thing he's kind of wowed us on was the spear off the top of a ladder. You know what I mean? Like that's not me sending shots to Edge.
Yeah.
I just
It's
don't.
not going to come for you.
No, but I just know.
Skillet's in the industry,
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
Yeah,
might.
He can catch a
might.
spear out of anywhere. Like,
He's got a figure at home. Decent,
You know
last
what I
spear.
mean? Like, Skillet, your next interview is with Edge.
He's already.
in the corner.
Look at my eyes, Skillet. Passion. Great work, like good worker, not great worker. A good worker, good in the ring. Kind of reminds me of a. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
Very good worker. I'm not gonna go what I was gonna say. Very good worker. I do agree. Christian's a better worker, and he can put on some great matches. And he just does. He's good at what he does. I wouldn't say great.
Fair enough. Cam?
I just think when it comes to like finisher moves, in terms of the catalogue of people who've done the spears, Edge is probably the weakest.
The worst, yeah. The worst.
You just drive the shoulder into him and kneels down or
And
something.
just puts them on the floor.
Yeah,
pretty much,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's the worst
Like
spear.
when you look at people who've done the spear in terms of finisher moves, I would happily take a spear from Edge because it doesn't look like it hurts.
To be fair, I think even I've seen him recently do the Lashley kind of
roll
through,
with the
yeah.
spin.
with
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but yeah.
You see like someone like Lashley, Goldberg, Rhino, who else? Even
Reigns.
Reigns.
Is similar to Edge's.
Batista,
But he's
I
Big
think
Show.
Reigns better. I mean, apart from the one he took out Shane McMahon with, doesn't look like Reigns.
Rain spears don't look mad. They don't look crazy, but I think they look.
The only one that looked
No, but he-
mad.
They look more painful than Edges.
yeah, he makes them look more spectacular. I remember
Yeah.
that one
I
where
think
he
Roman-
ran halfway on the ramp and just leapt through and speared someone.
with Roman, I think he's maybe spreads his body more, whereas Edge is very like compact.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
it was literally what you just did there with your
Who's
body.
the
It's
better
literally like
worker,
that.
Edge
Like
or Reigns.
Reigns
What, Spears?
No, a
in
worker.
general,
Oh,
Reigns.
Wow.
Reigns.
But what I was just gonna ask.
Really? No.
Oh, we did it? What? Reigns.
I would
We'll
say.
talk about that for time. Let's keep going.
Well, nah.
What?
No, you open to your opinion.
I don't know. I think
But
they're
better
quite
worker.
similar.
Yeah.
I think they're quite similar as well.
Maybe it's the. I think Reigns has more of the athletic gene within him.
Reigns
Which-
is a good. He's good at. He's a good worker, but he's not a great wrestler.
Nah.
I never understood the hype about Reigns' in-ring ability. I never understood it. There's a lot of hype about it.
I didn't know there was hype
I
about
didn't
it. I wouldn't say there is anything to scream about.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I was gonna say, obviously, when we recorded about Big E last time, we spoke about this particular WWE style of wrestling. Is Edge a top WWE performer?
Nah.
So he's literally like, in all due respect, average
It's
in
tough,
terms of where
innit?
he is.
Because I think
It's
we
harsh,
said about
yeah.
the finisher before that. You know, I think it was when we was talking about Daniel Bryan,
Mm.
Bryan Danielson. Like that countdown finisher or that anticipated finisher
Mm.
just works so well for the WWE style because the crowd can wait for the spear
Yeah.
and he misses it, he might hit it after but yeah, I think as a WWE worker he's fine, but I wouldn't even say like John Cena's above him. Like John Cena would be a 4. I think Edge. This is what I was always surprised when Christian was coming through to AEW. There was all this like, Christian, and when Edge was coming back, Edge, and it was like,
I don't
yeah,
know.
but
I
it's
don't
still
know.
Edge
I
and
don't know.
Christian.
I
to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like, it's always
That's
Edge
exactly
and
how I
You know what?
felt.
I'm going to defend Edge a bit. I think we're kind of shitting on Edge a bit too much.
Do you know what?
I'm not going to say Cena's a better worker than Edge. I'm not going to say that.
I think I would.
He is.
Cena's had miles apart from the TLCs, the ladder matches, the Money in the Banks. I couldn't name an Edge match I'd go back for apart from Undertaker, maybe.
I can name a few.
Yeah.
But personally, for me, I wouldn't go back.
Okay. That. Sorry to cut you,
That's
Cam,
right.
because I'm going to let you do your thing. That Edge Cena match, Edge ran that match.
Yeah,
that
probably.
Match, that's a classic
Yeah,
for Cena.
probably.
Edge dictated pace on that match.
No, of
And
course,
so
but-
I'm gonna give. You know what? I think we're shitting on Edge a bit too much now. I think we're being a bit disrespectful to Edge. I think we're being a bit disrespectful.
No, I'm just.
I think we are. I think we are.
No, but
I think we're being a bit disrespectful to Edge. Tell me about that. I don't know. I think we're being a bit harsh on Edge.
no, I wouldn't
Edge
say
is a better worker than Cena.
No, but he's had these classics, but you know the ladder matches, the TLCs, those are matches that lapsed fans will still go back for. You know,
Sorry, just to cut you again. Before you guys came, I was saying to Cam, the matches of Edge I'll go back and watch are all the gimmick matches,
Yeah.
triple threat
Money in the
matches, Money in the Bank, ladder matches, Hell in a Cells. I would watch all of those from Edge because I think that's where he does his
Matt
best
Hardy's
work.
Cage match.
That's where he does his best work. But I wouldn't
Foley.
go watch it like a singles match.
Edge,
These are
Mick
all the matches
Foley.
I was just mentioning
Yeah.
before these lot
Edge,
walked
Mick
in.
Foley, Edge, Seth just wait. What's Edge,
The Hell in a Cell.
Cena ain't had a match like that.
I don't
See,
but-
when you put it like that, I just realised there's a lot of stipulation matches.
Yeah.
But one match that people do rave about, it needs more flowers, I think, is Randy Orton versus Edge 2004 IC title Vengeance.
Very good match.
Yeah, that was
good.
Edge, Eddie Guerrero.
That was gonna get
Oh my god, I know it's Eddie,
Yeah,
but still, very good match.
Yeah.
because I was gonna say that match here, but that's another ladder match.
Edge and
the one on SmackDown.
Edge and Benoit.
There was
or
another
Edge and
single one. They had a
Mysterio.
Vengeance, I think.
Edge and Mysterio versus Angle and Benoit.
I just
One
think
of the
we're
best
being a
tag
bit.
matches
I
of
think we're being a bit
WWE.
harsh.
You know what? It sounds harsh, but obviously, the more that we do, like what we were saying before, this has kind of become the crew for Break It Down. And the more we doing this,
Yeah.
we're just thinking about other people and what would give other people.
I
So
think-
if we're judging Edge on his own, it probably comes out a bit higher. But everyone's judging it with
My
other
point
guys they'll
I
put
don't-
next to
I'm
it.
not- I don't think he is higher.
My point is, I think Cena is a trier, innit? He works hard, so he's had these good matches because he's worked hard. But in terms
And
of,
you think Edge is more innate talent?
In terms of innate wrestling ability, Edge is better than
No,
Cena.
but
I could
I
take
don't-
that. I could
No,
take
but
that. Yeah.
this is-
100%.
But to add to finish, like to complete my point, what I mean is the Edge matches I go back for are the gimmick matches, but there are Cena matches 1-on-1, no gimmicks that I'm gonna go back for.
Name the
watch.
matches that Cena's had and tell me the opponents.
Cena versus but that's
Tell me
always
the
no, but
opponents.
that's always
No,
gonna
go
be
for it. Go for
It's
it,
the
go
same.
for
It's the same with anyone you step in the ring
Yeah.
with, though.
No.
It
Go
is.
For it.
Cena AJ, Cena
Okay,
Roman, Cena
okay.
Brock.
AJ. Cena Rock? That was not
Brock.
a great. Oh, Brock. Okay.
Brock.
I thought you said Cena Rock. I was like, that wasn't a great match.
But yeah, there's more singles Cena matches I will be more entertained by than
Cena's
going
best
back for
matches have
Edge
always been
1-on-1.
bad boy workers. Cena Owens. Cena
Yeah, of course.
Cena Sami Zayn.
But then,
Cena-
alright,
them-
but then
Cena-
Edge has
Cena
had these-
Neville.
but Edge has
Them
had a
match-
lot of
them
good
workers
opponents.
are sick, bro.
Yeah, but Edge has had a lot of good opponents. He worked Roman.
Yeah.
That match was okay. The triple threat was good.
Has
Again,
Cena
it's
ever
more
had- has
gimmicky.
Cena-
and
has-
it's more-
Has Cena ever had a good match with Randy Orton?
No,
No, he
probably
has not. Has Edge have a good match with Randy Orton?
I don't
Yes,
rate.
he has.
Not to me.
Edge wins.
What? Just because of Randy Orton.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you pulled the Randy Orton card.
He's spirited.
Save it till the end, man.
No, but with,
Pull the Randy Orton card and won.
but with Edge, I think something must have happened to Edge in terms of like injury, because you can see the body transformation from like 2001 to 2006. He looked in shape, and then going forward, he looked a bit more.
He hurt
He
his
looked-
heel,
he
didn't
looks in shape now, no?
Well?
No, not when he came back, but like that period from like
you-
07 to
Pudgy.
yeah,
They got each.
yeah. From 2001 to 2006, I feel like he had some of his best matches. The feud with Christian, Eddie, even team up with Rey Mysterio. People talk about that tag team match.
When he was tag team champion with Mysterio.
The No Mercy, Chris Benoit, Kurt
Edge
Angle.
Mysterio had some great matches in there, but obviously it's Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of the tag matches were good. But again, it's still, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
For me, he doesn't deliver.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, let's get back to it. We're talking about obviously his in-ring ability, innit? Like, obviously, you could be paired with someone brilliant and all of that kind of stuff. There could be gimmick matches, but when it comes to Edge and his ability, what are we gonna go with?
Free.
I'm gonna stick.
Can I just add though? I want to just comment on like he's got quite a good move set. There's a few moves that he hits.
Yeah.
Like that.
I agree.
Execution, the lifting
The
DDT.
DDT.
He has that weird like sharpshooter
Yeah,
variant as well. That's sick.
Man.
Like,
Edge is decent, bro. He's just,
Edge-matic.
I'm just not gonna give him a 4 because I can't put him
But
up
yeah.
there with the RVDs and the Monday.
Yeah.
Free all
exactly.
day.
He's a good worker. He's a good worker.
solid worker, but no more than that.
So Edge's ability is a 3.
Break it down.
Right, last but not least, we're going to talk about legacy, Edge's legacy in wrestling. Obviously, we've seen him come back again in recent years and stuff like that. Doing his bit now with some of the younger talent anyway. So yeah, it'll be good to see what these guys have to say about it. Obviously, you guys watching along, make sure you put it down below in the comments. Let's start with Skillet. What are you going to
I'm
give him
gonna
for his
give
legacy?
Legend of 4. Legacy.
Gigi?
Yeah, 4 just.
And Cam?
Cam does not. Cam's coming out of all the good Edge matches, but he don't rate Edge. Like,
Free.
He said 3 for Cam.
Anyone that's part of a industry-changing match needs to have a 4 in their legacy. And Edge,
what, just one
Christian, the TLC match changed the game, bro. It changed the game. It changed wrestling. That whole thing.
Sorry,
changed
not just
wrestling.
one match. Sorry, they had. Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't mean one match. I mean like the whole like
That's
catalog of.
Yeah, no, like
that's the only thing that pushed me to a 4.
and it's not
those
even
matches.
just that alone because of his solo career is a legendary.
His career, like we said at the top of this, he is the most decorated WWE wrestler ever.
The championships
He's
he's
won the
won.
most, all the total of all the belts he's
Yeah,
won
yeah.
is
He's
like
most,
30
yeah.
something out of no one else has, unless you're gonna count R-Truth and all of these.
He's a bona fide
You know,
star.
then yeah,
You can't take
Edge
away
is
his
number
star
one.
power. You heard that pop at Royal Rumble. He's a bona fide star. He also is having great matches today.
He won
Won a
tag.
great match against Seth the other day.
Won tag titles with Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. No, but it counts. It counts.
Not for me, but anyway.
Yeah, tag champion with
Tag
Hogan, tag
champion
champion with Mysterio,
all
tag
kinds of
champion with
wrestlers.
Christian. Was there
Yeah.
anyone else? Cena,
Cena.
Orton.
Cena, Orton, of course. Yeah.
Not with Shawn.
It was Cena.
Can they coexist? Maybe. Nah, maybe not.
I feel like he might have won.
I
that.
feel like
Jericho.
No, it's Shawn Michaels Cena won the tag title.
I think that's what I'm thinking of. I think that's what I'm
It was
thinking
Chris
of.
Jericho.
Edge,
Edge.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Edge,
Jericho, yeah.
Christian. Edge, Big Show, no.
No, that was Jericho.
That's Jericho.
Big Show team with everybody
It's
else. Just not Edge.
And then of course we had the Intercontinental Championship
US
runs.
Oh,
sure he's won
SmackDown
US Championship.
Smackdown.
Yeah.
The WCW one.
WCW champ. Well,
No, I mean the US
I don't really
WCW.
count that, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
you know,
was,
I mean
wasn't
the
he?
WCW
US title. he
Yeah.
did,
The invasion when he
Yeah, he did win.
SummerSlam
Yeah, he did. Beat Canyon, I think.
test.
Oh, he's a
Test, yeah.
The legendary storyline of obviously his
the
inclusion
Ring winner.
with the Brood,
Yeah.
King of the
Royal
Ring
Rumble.
winner,
Yeah.
the Matt Hardy stuff,
Matt
Rumble.
Hardy's,
Royal Rumble.
Him and Cena for
him and Cena.
you know, a big chunk of
Yeah.
His legacy.
That time.
He's got a mad legacy. Like he's and yeah, he's a legend.
So I mean, I think you're being harsh with 3.
That's true.
That's true.
I wanted to give 3.5, but
You see, you guys said 4. What's stopping him from being a 5, or what has stopped him from being a 5?
I
not
think
standout.
it's the point that that Gigi's saying and Cam is saying, and even myself, because I do agree with him as well. I just don't think there's always been a little bit of hype on Edge. You know what I mean? A little bit of sprinkle dust. You know what I mean, from the industry.
So shouldn't that hype have made him a 5?
Not necessarily. No, not in this case. It didn't work out for him in that way.
because it took him longer to get to that point.
Yeah.
Because when they wanted him to be that, because it's not his fault, but it was down to injuries. So like he had like his first injury, I think it was a year off when he had a neck injury. So that kind of derailed like whether or not WWE wanted to push him. I mean, he did come back in 2004. He got injured again after SummerSlam, so he had to vacate the IC title again. So then it's like WWE was a bit hesitant in terms of like wanting to pull the trigger on him. Can they trust him? They want to see whether or not he get injured again. That
Did you
kind of
say Edge and the Miz in the same kind of category?
in terms of
In terms of what?
Legacy and stuff like that.
Miz is probably doing a bit more now. I mean, Edge is in
If,
that
I mean,
Vikings
if
program.
we
but
bring over the conversation of the mainstream,
Mrs.
Miz is more there than Edge, even with Edge being on TV
From
and
being
films and
from
stuff
when
like that.
from when Miz started in terms of reality TV, then doing what he did in WWE, then going out of WWE to do like all the other stuff, or his own TV show and everything. Yeah, I think
Miz is
of him.
probably a bit, probably still a 4,
yeah,
but
higher than Edge.
Oh,
yeah, higher. Yeah.
for his wrestling work.
What,
That's the
legacy-wise, or-
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Miz has the advantage in terms of outside.
Outside,
eyes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Still has
Edge
more
has
years
that.
to go until he gets to that status.
I don't think he's gonna get to that stuff. I think he's at his ceiling now for all of that kind of stuff, unless he literally goes into films and all
I
of
know
that.
what you mean by it.
But
In terms of matches as well, because like when I think of Miz matches, I don't.
oh, matches
yeah.
he's behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Matches
but
he's
that's it,
behind.
though.
But yeah,
Miz has the advantage in outside eyes.
Yeah.
and the publicity, but Edge in terms of in ring and the matches that the TLCs that have changed the game. Do you know what I mean? So maybe they kind of even out.
yeah, maybe so. So yeah, couple 4s, a 3 from Cam. I mean, you've given 3s throughout. You've stayed consistent at least. Are we budging?
Or to give him a 4.
Yeah, or are you gonna bring these guys down to a 3?
I don't know if I can fight it. There's not like the,
I could be persuaded. I'll be honest.
no, because you both made up valid points why it should be a 4, and I can't bring it back down to a 3.
This is not the overall mark. This is just
Yeah, that's the legacy. Yeah,
I mean, I understand. He has done bits. He has done bits, but there is something that is stopping him from being, in that upper echelon. Well, we already know he's not a 5 in terms of the man that are 5s, the Flairs and Rocks and all of them kind of people. Is he in the next bracket down though? Is the question.
in terms the only reason for me personally why he would be a 4 is in terms of accolades.
Yeah,
That's why.
which is a valid
King
point.
of the Ring stuff, the Royal Rumble wins, but his work as a tag team, like that's the bit that I struggle with like the Big E, the New Day stuff. Like it does have to add to it, and those 3 tag teams are just again pretty synonymous with that time and that era as well. So yeah, I think he's just a 4.
4.
Just
So we're gonna agree on a 4 for his legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Edge's legacy is a 4.
Break it down.
Right, so we've totted up all the numbers, and Edge overall has come out as a 3 out of 5 star wrestler. Seems a tad harsh, but I mean, what do you guys think?
No, it's not.
Justified.
totally agree.
Justified.
Totally agree.
No, you think this is where he should be?
He just eating his Haribos. He agrees.
I agree.
He deserves his props. He's one of the best heels in recent times. His ring work is solid, but he doesn't stand out as a look. He's got good themes. he's average, or maybe even not less than, but yeah, he's average, I would say, personally.
Skillet, anything to add to that?
Very good workout, good on the mic, entertaining. But I was never really drawn to Edge like that. I wasn't. It wasn't one of my favorites. I wasn't excited to see an Edge match unless it was like a stipulation match. Yeah, 3 out of 5 is not a bad score, especially in the scope of how many wrestlers they are. Not everybody's gonna get 4s. Somebody's gonna get 5s. Somebody's gonna get 3s.
Fair enough. Cam, anything to add?
I think 3 is overall is a fair mark. You know, you should be happy. If I was
He
Edge, I'd
should be
happy.
Yeah, if you're watching this,
Edge, you should be happy. With
Adam
3.
Copeland. Nah,
you're right,
yeah.
Beth.
Wow.
He's like a bunch of nerds. That's what he's saying.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I've never, like I said, never really been super into Edge. His current stuff is all right, and he's showing me why, you know, he is the legend that he is. Someone that's already in the Hall of Fame. In terms of his current WWE run, he's just been drafted over to Raw. Just finished this little series with Seth Rollins, although I'm sure WWE will run that back. Anything else you guys would like to see him do?
AJ. I want to see the match with AJ.
I wanna
AJ.
see AJ. I want to see Finn and Edge.
Finn.
I think Edge. If Edge wrestles some real solid legends at this run, and who knows, like a year or 2 from now, we could all be saying something different.
Could be something.
You know what? I'll give one nice thing to say about Edge. If a program happens between Edge and Big E for the WWE title, it would help Big E a lot. Edge will help Big E in terms of
In what way? Yeah, what way?
establishment of that. Because
Edge would need to be the heel, though, I think.
you can play that. That's fine. Because obviously Edge is credible in terms of his accolades of titles, and for someone like Big E who's still fresh in terms of WWE title run, to go up against someone of that caliber should only
What I
help.
will say, I said this to Max, and Max disagreed with me. I wouldn't mind seeing Edge at the title again, you know.
Nah.
If it meant
No chance.
Great
Never.
work. I've never really cared about his title runs before.
Guys, put down below in the comments if you want to see Edge win the WWE
I
title.
wouldn't
He's
mind.
lucky to have had it so many times.
why?
already,
Like,
man.
tell me your
I
scenario
just think I'm loving this current run of his. I
as a
think
babyface to be him to be.
It's very good. It's a very good run.
I don't mind
Kinda.
if he's babyface or not, but I think he's just been putting on some great matches right now. So I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind him winning like a US championship
Yeah.
and then having like open challenges, continuing to put on great matches with all the kind of mid card and younger talent.
Yeah.
But to win the WWE title, like him beating Big E, let's say if it's Big E, I don't think would be a well received move.
No, it wouldn't. But that'd be better. That's typical Edge, though, isn't it?
It is unless he won it through Money in the Bank or
Another thing you
something.
added to the legacy, the Money in the Bank cash in, that so many people copy, so many people emulate. That's part of his legacy too. Let's not
Yeah,
forget that.
yeah.
Edge has
Yeah.
done bits, man.
He has.
done bits.
But yeah,
Better than
I,
Drew McIntyre. Anyway, let's keep going.
Drew picking on Drew.
I don't know why I said
You're
that.
gonna get claimed
I like
next
Drew. I
time.
like Drew. I like Drew.
Right, guys. So that is Edge, 3 out of 5. Fantastic career. Just not maybe up there with some of our greats, but this is just our opinion. So let us know yours down below in the comments. Thanks again for Cam, Gigi, and Skillet coming through today and helping us with this Break It Down. Let us know down below in the comments any other Break It Downs you want us to do. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.